Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Who's Number One vlog. Chase, where are we going today? Who are we gonna go see?
We're at the Roka facility, kind of a private training center here in North Austin, and we're gonna check out Nicholas Meregali training with Danaher, Gordon Ryan, and the rest of the guys at New Wave. This is big, this is hype. I'm Chase.
All right, we're here inside Roka HQ in Austin, Texas. So there's gonna be two sessions today. First, there's gonna be an MMA focused session, obviously kind of revolving around Garry Tonon, who has a title fight coming up on March 11th. Then a grappling specific session where we're gonna see Marangali, Gordon, Garry. Be a lot of really good action today here at Roka.
We're in front, touch, circle to the outside, post, he turns in, we go to the body, good. Then we continue to the outside. So as we work, we go in, we get a hold of our training partner's head and start putting his hands straight into the mat. Once we get hands down to the mat, we're in a position where we can go through and get a hold of our training partner's leg. As we lose their head, we come upstairs, lock, find ourselves in a good situation to put this guy down. If there is a reaction, and by far the most common reaction is a reach reaction. When we go through, we see that guy reaching. We post, lock, up off the floor, and drive him down. Okay, let's get warmed up, guys.
He's very talented everywhere. I mean, just because you take off your gi or put on a gi, you don't lose your powers. Obviously, because of the rule set change, there's some things that he has to get acquainted with. For example, standing position in ADCC is very different than IBJJF, and he was always a guard puller anyways. So he's been working a lot on standing position. Obviously, there was no heel hooks in the gi. There was no reaping in the gi. So the rule sets will change things a little bit for him. But he's adapting very well, and he's very good everywhere. And he just needs to work on the changes in the rule sets and how that's going to impact his game.
Underneath his body and you shovel him over your knee. Alright, so if you get under, upper, back in slide shoes, it's always the preferred option. You can't always do it, that's the only problem. Yeah. Sometimes the guy lands on you and you physically can't work your way up. Yeah. But if you ever have the opportunity, the high lock always beats the low lock.
Either center, back, or long arm, short arm, or half
I personally prefer long arm, short arm. That's because I have athletic wrists. If you prefer center back, I have no issue with that.
I find it a little hard to switch my head from one side to the other if my hands are trapped under his back.
If I'm here,
Keep long arm, short arm, and bring my head to the other side.
As long as you have a Sumigashi hook,
Does it matter?
it's okay. Well, you want your head on his left shoulder. The main danger is if he has a Sumigashi hook, if he has a left hook in, now you put your head down on his right shoulder. Now he's Sumigashis and you get off balance. So it's more important when he has a Sumigashi hook, but you're looking to cover his left shoulder. So if I'm looking to go either switch my hands to a tight waist, I go long arm, short arm, and I can switch to a tight waist, or I can switch to an inside elbow with locked hands. So if I'm thinking about an inside elbow, like if I can't step over a butterfly hook, for example, and I have centered hands, I feel like I just can't get over a butterfly hook, I'll pull the guy up, and I'll shoot my hands in, and now it's easy to start shuffling and stepping over the leg. So I generally stay with centered hands, unless I can't get over a knee, and then I switch to long arm, short arm.
Nicholas has a very, very good offensive game. His arm lock and triangle is world class, gi or no gi, just on day one. But there's also whole aspects of the game that he has to learn. The whole leg lock game is new. The whole gripping game is new. But he's finding a gripping system that's working quite well for him, even in this early stage after only a couple of weeks of training. He has a world-class X-guard and ashigarami, but now he's going to have to learn to modify their use not just for sweeping but also for leg locking. He's had some spectacular success with his arm locking skills. His closed guard looks sensational without the gi, but he's very, very talented. He's also extremely intelligent and driven. He's very passionate about the sport of Jiu-Jitsu and wants to be good. This is not a guy who's going to dabble in the game. Essentially he's come here to see is this something I want to do at a very serious level. And I believe he will make a decision just as Gordon did. Like, do I think I can be the best in the world at this? If so, I'm going to pursue it with everything I have. Or to find out that I'm better off staying with my gi game. Done, guys. Great session, guys. Fine work.
A couple more weeks, I'm gonna, fix my own game and don't make so much mistakes. And the body's good, so we have a lot of time to put in work until the ADCC. So let's see how I'm gonna respond for this kind of training. Only 3 weeks training no-gi. Maybe after 3 months I will get to, do better.
So for him, this is very much an experimental time, and it's fascinating to be a part of.